When and how should the HFU update the timelines in case of a project revision? The HFU should update the project timelines once the project revision reaches the grant agreement amendment preparation stage. And only in the following two cases: in case of a no-cost extension, and/or a cost extension. This is because according to the fund's operational modalities, only a NCE or a cost extension can trigger additional reports and monitoring rounds, which would need to be added in the timelines of the project. Whenever there's an increase in budget and/or duration, the system will display a new tab in the revision module, Timelines. In the revised operation modality section, you can find a table which displays the OM currently applied to the project with its respective requirements. The current timelines setup column, which will pick up in real time any change you do in the Timelines tab of the project, as well as the new operational modality which will apply to the revised version of the project, and its respective requirements. If additional reporting or monitoring instances are required, the system will indicate it in the Remarks column. Here for instance, to comply with the OM that will apply to the project after overwrite, you will need to create one progress narrative report. If you notice this message in the Remarks column, it means that the revised budget and/or duration is above the thresholds as set by the OM. The fund manager is then required to add a waiver. This waiver will be automatically added to the Timelines tab of the project when the project is overwritten with the revision. After the waiver is saved, you can proceed with updating the timelines according to the required instances indicated in the Remarks column. To do so, go to the Timelines tab of the project module by clicking here. In the Timelines tab of the project, create the additional required instances in the relevant section. Do not forget to click on Save for each of the section you modify. Here for instance, we added the required progress narrative report. You can notice that the created instance is not yet labeled OM compliant. This is because the Timelines tab of the project will be updated, as the rest of the project's data, when the project is overwritten with the revision. While you're in the timelines, do not forget to update the active and due dates of the final reports in case of an NCE. If you refresh the revision page, you will see that the system picked up the created instance, and the notifications in the Remarks column are no longer displayed. You are then all set to generate the grant agreement amendment and to send it for signature. After revision overwrite, the new OM ID will be linked and the created instance will become OM compliant. There is no need to reauthorize the timelines. Now let's rewind a bit, and say that you do not wish to create this additional required monitoring instance, but wish to waive it instead. In this case, do not create it in the timelines, proceed with the revision process, and overwrite the project with the revision. When the project is overwritten with the revision, the operational modalities applied to this project are automatically updated to reflect the revision. Since you purposefully did not create the additional required report, there is now a discrepancy between the OM requirements and the actual instances in the tab. As a result, the timelines have been unauthorized by the system. The fund manager now needs to add a waiver in the relevant section. The Timelines tab will automatically be reauthorized by the system when the waiver is saved.